Hey everybody, welcome back to Douglas Speed Shop. So we're back on the Camaro, and we got to get the AC compressor out so we can go exchange it because it's not working. I did a pressure test on it this morning, and it had pressure in it, but it doesn't have any Freon in it, which is really weird. So it's already drained, and so we just got to pull it apart. I'm gonna check all the lines too while I'm there, make sure none of the inline filter ain't clogged. Check the metering block, all that good stuff. Make sure none of that stuff is clogged up and working, because the low side pressure was in the red and the high side pressure was good. So something in I don't know. I'm not an AC tech, so I'm just kind of guessing here and seeing, going off of what I've seen in the past. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's get into it. So the AC compressor's all the way down inside there, as you can see. It's not super bad to get to, but there's a back bolt that, well, for one, I know it's not even in there anymore, because I couldn't get it in there when I put it in there. So I know when my son changed out the compressor out in San Diego, it didn't get put back, because I think it's here in a box somewhere that I kept. So let's get that thing off there. First, starting with the belt. Okay, so the tensioner's right here, and it's just a 15 millimeter. Oh, wrong way. Get the belt off, and get it off the compressor down here. Might as well remove it because I got a new belt for it too. So when we put the compressor back on, we're going to put the new belt on. If I can get it off. There we go. Alright, so try to get you down inside there where we can see how to remove this pump, the compressor. Alright, so first things first, there's a plug right there. Let's see if I can shine a light on it for you. So there's a plug right there that needs to come off. I swear I just plugged this back in like yesterday. All right, so that's out. So there's like two bolts that bolt to the front. You can see that one right here. That's one bolt. I think there's another one down below. So we'll get in there and get those out and go from there. Okay, so we got the impact on there. Let's see if we can get this one bolt out here. That was pretty easy. And we'll move down below and get the other one out. All right, let's get this bottom bolt out using a good old wobble socket. As far as I know, that should be it. Or not. Okay, so there's another bolt somewhere, probably on top. Oh, yep, right up top there. Let's see if we can get in there from down here. Doesn't look like it. Back up top. There we go. All right, so that compressor is loose, and the only thing left is the hose connection on the back of it, which is attached to all this stuff, which I want to take off anyways to clean. So I guess we'll see what it'll take to get all that off of there. As I'm trying to pull these hoses out with the compressor, I realized the negative battery cable is actually interfering with it, and you should probably disconnect the battery anyways. So let's do that real quick. All right, now we should be able to get this out because it won't be wrapped around the AC lines now. There we go. Get that up and out of the way. This one AC line, second AC line. And then pull the whole thing right up out. Makes it that much easier to get the lines back on. All right, so just gotta pop this one line off right here and should be good to go. There you have it. There's still some oil in there. That's good. All right, so now he's gonna take the compressor back to O'Reilly's when it comes in today at about 2:30. Yesterday I was in town when I ain't got the stuff to do an oil change on this, so we're gonna do that real quick. Filter's pretty easy to get to, it's right there. And then just drain the pan, and that's about it. All right, so the oil change is done. So who else does this? Puts the date and the mileage on your oil filter. So that's something I always do. I also have a record of it in my phone now. So I started doing that recently, where I'm actually putting my maintenance and parts I buy for whatever vehicle in my phone on a list of that now. So I don't know, just a little extra thing to do. So we got 235,668 miles on this car right now. All right, so next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and go through and remove the rest of the AC lines and the dryer, just to make sure everything's clean and whatnot. So we'll do that right now, and I'll come back when I'm done. All right, so one of the main things I wanted to check, a lot of people don't know about this, there's a filter right down in here that you can pull out and check to make sure there's nothing wrong with it. And that actually looks really clean, so that's telling me, so that's a good thing. That means we don't have any bad components that are causing metal and whatnot to go through it. So that's actually super clean, so I'm really happy about that. I was worried about opening it up and just be full of crap, but we're good to go on that, which is cool. All right, got back from O'Reilly's with a new compressor. And one of the things that was wrong with the other one is this one was the pulleys were real loose. And it was making noise from the pulley when it was not on. It was grinding on the clutch. So hopefully this one will take care of that problem. I gotta go to the junkyard tomorrow because the bracket that goes back here, I think my son, when he replaced it, left it on the original one and turned it in for a core. So I have to get one of those. Shouldn't be too much more than like 10 bucks. And then I got some cleaner and flush to run through the condenser. I think that's a condenser, whatever that's called inside there. I think this is a condenser up here, but you know what I mean. That thing inside there. So I'll clean that up and then get this thing installed tomorrow. But for now, we're calling it a night. All right, so I had a successful trip to the junkyard. Got me the rear bracket I needed for the compressor. I grabbed a bolt that came out of this from the junkyard, and I had to shorten it so I can use it to mount this because I didn't have the hardware for it. But I got the hose attached with new gaskets, so that's good to go. So I should be able to put this in there and hopefully attach it. It's going to be a pain in the butt getting to this bolt back here because it is way down inside of there, and this light already went out. It's been charging for like 3 days, but it's all the way down in there. So it's going to be a pain in the butt to get to, but I might remove that bracket, the front bracket, to help get it in there. I don't know yet. I got to figure out a way of getting it in there. And it's just easier to have the hoses attached, putting it in, and trying to get this thing in there. So it's going to be fun, but hopefully you can get it in there without too much of a hassle. All right, so I don't know how much of this you'll be able to see, but I'm gonna try to get this thing in here with as minimal effort as possible. All right, so I've already got I decided to take the front bracket off. See if that makes it easier for me to be able to get to the rear bracket. I don't know if it's going to or not, but we're gonna try it anyways. And I'm thinking maybe a wobbly bit. Let me get an extension with a wobbly 13. See if that'll work in there. I'm going to use a small one though. See if this will fit right into here. Hopefully I'll make that work. Oh crap. Smack you with the hose. I can't see anything. That might actually work. Get a shorter extension. drive off too far. I'm gonna get one of the bolts started in the front just to hold it in place. Nice cross thread. There we go. Well, extra helping hand there. Now, I'm going to get that bolt started. Okay, so that's in place. Now, can I get this thing started or not? This is the problem I had before my son took it. I ended up leaving this bolt out because I couldn't get it started. And it seems to be the same problem I had before. Holy crap, I think I got it. Oh. Yes, got it. Now, how do I tighten the rest of the way? Because the hard line for the AC is in the way. It's just awesome. Just try to get it as far as I can by hand and then just tighten it the last few turns with a wrench. All right. Tighten these bolts down on the bracket. And we'll do my wrench. And one last little tightening on this back bolt again. There it goes. All right. Now we're good. Okay, so that's installed. So now we just got the AC lines here. That one goes to the bottom of the condenser. This one goes into the air dryer right here. And yeah, we keep these up right now because I don't want the oil to drain out of the compressor. That's why I put the hose on first. So that's all safe. I cleaned these hoses out too when you weren't looking. But all right, yeah. So I went and I cleaned the condenser, sprayed some of that stuff down through there and through the evaporator as well. This has nothing to do with the dryer, but I did the lines as well. So all this have to do is put everything back together. Got new gaskets, new seals, new Schrader valves and everything for it. So we should be good to go after this. So let's get it back on there, everything back on. All right, so we got all the AC stuff put on. I still need to replace the valves, which isn't a big deal. Let's get the belt put on. So we got the brand new Gates belt that I got from O'Reilly's. I always hate new belts because they're a pain in the butt to put on. Man, I put this on earlier. I didn't have the air box on, so it's a heck of a lot easier. Let's try to make sure it's in the grooves of the groove pulleys before I release the tension. Alright, so we got the belt on there, and it's on wrong. What did I do? Definitely ain't right. Oh, I see. I don't know why I can't figure this one out. Alright, got it figured out now. So again, go around, make sure it's on all the grooves of the pulley, especially this crank pulley because there's a bolt real close to it. And the power steering pump. Sure does run close up here next to the freaking throttle body. Get you in there a little closer so you can see the routing. Better light. So you can see it goes over the power steering pump, up through that little tiny slot right there, over the alternator, down the idler, around the AC pump, back up to the tensioner, around the water pump on the driver's side, and around to the crank pulley on this side. So that's it. All right, we got the belt on, and we're just that much closer to having AC in this thing. So I did discover, I should have grabbed some of these relays when I was at the junkyard, because this one keeps sticking, and that's my starter one. So that was one of the cranking issues. But I just pull it out and smack it on the ground a couple times, and it's good to go. So yeah, gotta go around the town to, oh crap. All right, we gotta run to town to get some R134 so they can fill her up and get some cold air blowing, hopefully. The only thing I'm worried about is that sensor, the pressure sensor being bad, but hopefully it's not. So let's get to town and get that stuff. I'm going to Atwood's. They have it for like $3.99 a bottle. So compared to like 10 at auto parts stores. So. All right, so we're inside the Camaro right now. I just finished charging it. And right now we're looking at, whatever that says, about 48 degrees. Pull it out of there just to be sure, so I can read it. So yeah, that's 50. So the green is 40. So let's see how low we'll go. But yeah, we definitely got AC in here. It's 105 in the shop, and I'm sitting in the Camaro comfortably. So I think we have a good compressor, and get the glare off of it a little bit here. So it's coming down, but it's definitely cold. Now the problem we had when it was out here last time was the compressor was actually leaking out of the, oh, we got a source engine soon light now. Curious to see what that is now. But yeah, we're at about 48 degrees, which is more than cool enough for AC. So I'm pretty happy with that. See that it's about 48, 47, 48 degrees. Not bad. Make sure it doesn't make any noise when we shut it off. Oh great, sounds like something's making noise. Can't tell what it is, but something is. We'll figure that out. See if it goes away when we turn the AC back on. If it's that freaking compressor again, I'd be mad. Alright, so the compressor might be making noise. When it's off, we'll see. Probably making some kind of little noise down there. I don't know, hopefully it works itself out. Okay, so the code was EGR fault code, and it's because I had it unplugged. So that was easy enough fix on that. And the AC still working. So, yeah. Let's get out and I'll show you how I did it. All right, so I have this gauge, this actual gauge set. And the only thing I had to do was buy a converter for the resealable containers. You see these are both empty. And the AC on this takes 1.5 pounds, and 1 pound is 16 ounce. These are 12 ounces, so 1.5 would be 24 ounces. So there's 2 cans. So 1.5 pounds equals 24 ounces. So 2 12-ounce cans. And I just used this little gauge, and it was reading, you can see where it was reading actually on that one. On the high side was reading in between where it needs to be. And this was reading in the blue just above 40 before I took everything off. So we are golden. So, yep, we got it working AC. Now, the big thing is, will it work in the morning? So hopefully it holds the charge, and we'll see from there. All right, so after letting it run for a little while, it is down to almost 45 degrees. Just focus. It's for about 46 right now. Maybe 48. We'll say 47, we'll go in the middle. That's pretty cold. So I can definitely live with that. And like I said, the code's gone too. It was EGR because it was unplugged. This thing not focusing right. All right, so this temperature's definitely dropping. It's definitely working really good. We're down to about 47 degrees. And got the code to disappear. And well, ABS is still not because of I haven't put that new cable on yet, a new wire. But that's the best part right there. We have cold AC in this thing now. It's 102 to 105 in the shop right now, and we can definitely, I can live with that. I'm sitting in the car comfortably in 100-degree weather, so I'm happy. All right, it's the next morning. Let's see if this AC is still working. So we're at 60 degrees right now. First of all, let's see if the compressor is kicked on. Yep, pressure's going, so that means it's got pressure. Oh yeah, I can already feel it cooling down. It's almost down to 50 already. Look at that. Just dropping. And by the way, I ordered a new muffler, just a stalker from AutoZone. So we'll be quieting that down, that mess down, hopefully today too. Look at that, it is dropping. It's down to like 47 already. Yep, I'd say the AC is still working. Awesome. And it's still dropping, look at that. It's almost down to 40. We're at 44 right now. Can't ask for much better than that. Okay, so now we got the AC working. The last thing we need to do is install this ABS wire. So that way the ABS light can go off. We got to tie the one up on that side too, because I notice it's hanging down. So we don't want that one getting caught up either. So let's get this thing installed. So I decided to make it a little easier on myself by removing the wheel and going in through the wheel well to do this. So I already reconnected this. This was disconnected from that clip right there. So that just plugs in right there. And it runs down around here. I don't know if you can see that or not. There's another clip right here. I'm going to reattach that with tape. And then it plugs in underneath here. So just gonna reattach it to here to make sure it stays on, and maybe find somewhere else I can actually attach it to. So, but for sure, gotta tape that back up right there. So let's get that done. All right, so as you can see, I went ahead and re-taped that, so now it's running where it's supposed to. That's gonna stay there and it's gonna clicked in pretty good, so ain't too worried about that. So now that wire is not gonna go anywhere. See where it latches into the back. So now we gotta go over to the other side and see why it's dangling, and hopefully it's not damaged. Let's go pull the wheel off of there. Okay, so that's dangling down for the same reason as the other one. So as you can see, the tape came loose on their mounts here. So we just need to tape them back up so they don't get caught in the wheel. It doesn't look like it's damaged at all, so we should be good. Just notice this side has a little retainer clip right here. To see if I have one of those laying around and maybe reinstall that on the other side. But for now, let's pull these clips out and retape it. All right, so we got that tied back up now, so it should stay pretty good. Shouldn't be a problem anymore. If it is, it's not really a big deal if we lose those, to be honest, but just lose the ABS. Looks like we're missing some wire loom on that side of it. But I ain't too worried about it too much right now, so that part's done. So now we're just waiting on the muffler. Should be here soon, or should be in soon for me to go pick up. So looks like we're done on the front end of this. Yay. All right, just got back from AutoZone, and this is the muffler I ended up picking up. It's a little single in, single out, 2.5 inch, I think. And it was the cheapest one I could find. It was $51. And after my discount, it was $50 and some change out the door. So basically the military discount takes the taxes away and a little extra, so gotta get this put on. But first thing I want to do, I want to see if these wheels might fit the Firebird. Because if they do, then I don't have to worry about rushing to put tires on. I could actually take this out to a cruise night or something. So we'll see. We might do that too. All right, so I got it on there, but it doesn't fit. Like it's the inner ring here isn't going over my axle on the Firebird. So not only that, but look at the gap because the offset's so much different. We got like a 4-inch gap here. It's fine because of the mini tub on the inside, but not the outside. And I wouldn't want that looking like that with the wheels tucked that far in. But it was worth a try. Okay, so I got the new muffler, and I want you all to hear the difference. So here's without the muffler. All right. This is without the muffler. Sounds horrible. So yeah, that sounds absolutely horrible to me. So let's get this new muffler put on there so we can quiet it down a little bit. Okay, so far, this is what I've got for the exhaust. So I just put the muffler on the original tailpipe or over the axle pipe, and had some leftover piping from the Firebird exhaust. So this is what I got on here. I took the hanger off the original tailpipe, which was somewhere around here. I don't know where I put it. So it's way over there. The original tailpipe. So I'm going to use this as a hanger. And it's not perfect, but it'll make it a good enough driver to finish it up. So Just gonna weld that to that, bend it around, weld all this together, and then it'll be done. It'll be good enough for an exhaust for this. And I'll put a tailpipe of some sort on it out to here, so it's actually exits the car too. So that's where I'm at with that so far. All right, now I got a full exhaust again. I don't know, not real crazy about the sound still, but just gonna be a driver. I tightened the cutout cap, so now it's not leaking anymore. But let me set you up here. Camera, stand somewhere. So that's a weird raspy 6-cylinder sound. Definitely not nearly as bad as it was. So yeah, this sounds a little bit less obnoxious in my opinion. I did put a tailpipe on it, as you can see. So that's going to be it for the exhaust. All right, so one final note on a possibility I might do with the exhaust, because it's still a little bit obnoxious to me and I don't really like it the way it sounds. I got this glass pack here, so that's an old thrush muffler. And what I think I might do is, if you see this cutout right here, from that area right there all the way forward to right above that little brace is a pretty straight line. So I might remove that whole area there and put this muffler in there just to help quiet it down a little bit more like kind of like a resonator almost, just to quiet it down a little bit more. So we'll see. I'll drive around a little bit with this new muffler on there and go from there. But I don't need that cutout on there. I'm never going to take that cap off because I don't like the way this V6 sounds, to be honest with you. It just doesn't sound right when you have a car like that with the 400 and, you know, good sounding exhaust on it. So, yep, I might do that. Put this turbo muffler on this glass pack on there. We'll see though. Well, I guess the only thing left to do is take it for a test drive and make sure all the AC works and the car's driving fine. And the exhaust isn't too obnoxious. So, let's go ahead and do it. All right, time for our first test drive. Got my wife on the camera today, so we're gonna go test it out and see how she does. I have no idea how much gas is in it because the gas gauge is jumping all over the place. So hopefully we don't run out of gas on our trip around the block. All right, so we had a really successful drive. We took it around the block. As you can see, the AC is almost 40 degrees in the center vent. So considering it's like almost still like 95 degrees out. And yeah, it's nice and comfortable in the car, right babe? Yep. So successful install, successful exhaust. The exhaust ain't too obnoxious. So still an exhaust leak right below her butt. I can hear it, but I gotta get in there and fix that at some point. But other than that, she's up and running and driving again, so we're good to go with the Camaro for a while. All right, that'll do it for the last bit of the work on the Camaro. We got the AC compressor put on there. We got the exhaust, a new muffler put on there. And what else? Oh, the ABS wires are fixed now too. And that's pretty much it. So the Camaro's ready to drive again. The AC is blowing cold. You saw it's 40 degrees in the center vent. So that's awesome. So, and as long as it holds up, we should be good. So if you like this video, go leave a like down there, leave me a comment, let me know what I can do better, and subscribe while you're at it. You know, what the heck, it's free. So until next time, I will see y'all later.